Okay, we had really good news this morning on the jobs front. We produced 236,000 new jobs. Unemployment rate fell from 7.9 to 7.7%. The experts were expecting 160,000 new jobs. That was the consensus estimate of new jobs being produced for February. And just so you know, they missed it by 40%, 4-0. That is really bad. That's a really big miss, in my opinion. And goes to show you the experts are quite often wrong. The ISM service sector report, ISM Institute Supply Management, there's two parts of that report: manufacturing, services. Services is a more important part because our economy is much more of a service economy, even though manufacturing is picking up in the U.S. But that came in at 56% for February. And the expectation wasn't for that much, 55.2. That was the expectation, and that was the same as it was last month, so they expected that to be the same. Anything above 50 means expansion, which was good. Factory orders, though, were down 2%. That's kind of disturbing. But that was for January, so maybe we'll see it turn on in February, but it was disturbing that it was down 2%. Expected to be down 2.2, and if you exclude transports, it actually was up 1.3, so it wasn't as bad as the first number kind of indicates. Jobless claims, remember I told you that's a leading economic indicator, has been falling for a number of weeks. And in my market commentaries, I've been suggesting that maybe that's going to tell us that the job market is better than people think. And we produce more jobs. And obviously that's what it was, because jobless claims fell again this week by 7,000. And it's at 340,000. Anything below 350, it's good. You know, that's kind of normal, so jobs will be produced. We still have a lot of unemployed. One of the reasons why the jobless rate fell from 7.9 to 7.7 is because more people fell out of the workforce. What does that mean? Did they die? That isn't what that means. That just means they're not being counted because they're not looking for a job. Did they retire? Yeah, we don't know for sure all that stuff. Anyways. Unit labor costs and productivity numbers came out, and they weren't good either. Productivity fell 1.9%. 1.9. It's expected to fall 1.6%. And this is for the fourth quarter of last year. The productivity number is a fourth quarter number, and the unit labor cost is a quarterly number. So both those numbers are every quarter. Unit labor costs went up 4.6, while productivity fell. That's not a good trend. We need that to be just the opposite. And before you think, well, that maybe unit labor cost was because of higher incomes, that's not why. No one knows for sure why, but salaries actually for the year over year are down 0.6%. So don't think that the salaries are going up and that's making up for that. Don't think so. So that's a worrisome stat. We got to turn that around. The market's been in rally mode for quite some time, as we all know, and you just got to ride the ride as long as you can. However, if you see any of your stocks weakening, it might be a good time to start producing some cash, because there will be a correction. This 2% something correction we had last week for 2 days, even though it's 2 big days, doesn't qualify really as a correction. Does not. Pretty small. Correction needs to be around 5% to 10%. A 10% is a normal correction. We haven't seen that yet. We may not see it for another month or two. I can't tell yet. No one really knows. I'm just telling you, we are going to have one. So you stay with the market as long as it's an upward trend. And remember that old saying, the trend is your friend.
The Invest Talk Update is a monthly briefing that gives you a snapshot of the past month's market, along with other useful perspective and information. You'll see important articles like Protecting Your Investments Against Scam Artists, excerpts from Steve's book, links to the month's Invest Talk talking points, plus news of upcoming Invest Talk events in your area. And it comes free each month to your email box. To get your subscription, just go to investtalk.com and click on the icon at the top of the page.